Welcome to the new episode of Things That We Talk About.
And in this episode, we will going to be talking about some things that I don't really know what we're talking about. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. We need to introduce ourselves.
Do we have to introduce ourselves all the time?
You should know by now, my name is Jeremy.
And my name is Anil.
And there's always a weird person named Jessica behind the cameras.
Why weird?
Because she never shows her face. We don't know how she looks like. Probably looks like a ghost.
I have in our virtual episodes.
Okay.
So, what's our topic for today?
A new Malaysia,
Oof.
right?
When
We
you mention-
just welcome a new Malaysia.
Oh.
So maybe we can talk about that.
Actually, Malaysia the same. Malaysia the
Yeah.
same. Government change only.
I don't think it's new.
It's not new Malaysia. Malaysia is still the same.
Okay, fine. Then let's reword it to hopes for a new Malaysia.
No. I know. Old Malaysia.
New government.
Because all the people is old people.
Saya speak very young.
No. We should name this new government. Who this?
Then who this? It's new but not so new, you know?
Yeah.
Technically, it's new because someone's new is leading it.
Half new, half old.
We got a new prime minister.
Oh,
Hey
yeah.
yo, everybody,
Yeah.
Mr. Anwar in the house.
After how
no,
many
it's
years?
not you. It's not you. How many?
Since?
24 years.
After
24 years.
24 years. Should
Of
just hit
waiting.
That's a long time.
24
Yeah.
years. And he is 75 years old, right?
Yeah. Is he now?
Yes, he is.
He's old enough to be a grandfather. Oh wait,
He
is a grandfather.
He is. So he's. Yeah, I have one question. Like all these prime ministers got their own kononnya title like Bapa Kemerdekaan, Bapa Kemodernan. This one is Bapa apa?
Maybe
No,
Bapak
the
Reformasi.
previous
I
one
was
is
about to say that.
previous one was Abah.
Abah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but that one Abah what? Abadin, but like Bapa of what? Bapa of COVID.
Yeah, because after that, people started to say, let's not romanticize our politicians. Stop calling them Abah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, but still, what is Ismail Sabri's title? Is Bapa of what? Let's just quickly put that one out.
Okay, let's not be disrespectful.
Okay.
Be careful.
Let's wait because we don't know because after they finish serving only then we know the title.
Finish
No,
lah.
is Ismail Sabri's finished?
No, yeah, but that doesn't count.
Oh, so means tak ada. Oh.
Yep. Okay, technically, the
True,
previous two does not count because it was not
They
elected.
were not elected.
Yeah,
True,
so it
true.
doesn't count.
Okay
Okay.
lah. Sorry lah, ha. We skip to
Okay.
Like we agree. If you guys agree with me,
Okay.
comment.
But
one Bapa,
But
one
Anwar is
Abah.
still PM10 though. PM10.
Yeah, he was elected as the PM lah.
So according to Sejarah, I guess we have to count lah. But anyway, at the time of recording, we still don't have the ministers appointed yet.
Okay.
But we do know that there will be 2 timbalan, Perdana Menteri, and I think they reported there will be a total of 25, including the 2 timbalan.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
25
That's a lot.
ministers. So
That's a lot.
if average like what 2 per ministry, then there'll be
You mean
12
25 ministers, not
in the cabinet,
Not-
including
not-
timbalan.
including Timbalan?
Including the 2 timbalan Perdana Menteri and
oh.
maybe their timbalan lah.
And the 2 timbalan was promised to be.
No.
Don't know yet.
It's more like if the minister and the Timbalan is considered in this 25.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Cool.
there'll be like roughly
Okay,
12,
that's not a lot. That's
11, 12
it's probably
ministry
like
lah.
12 lah. 12.
Yeah,
Do you
but then apparently you said the other 2 timbalan will be
Perdana
one
Menteri.
from
Sabah.
Sarawak and one from Sabah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said it.
Ooh.
It's
Not
supposed to be.
even BN.
Never mind.
Oh, never mind,
how it
we'll
goes.
see.
This is all
We'll see.
speculation. Once
Speculation
again.
only.
Today is last day of November, 30th November. So 1st December we shall know and we will circle back.
Yeah.
We'll
see.
circle back.
Let's see
We'll get back to the story.
Shafi Abdal gets to become the timbalan lah.
Inshallah.
Let's see Abang Johari gets to become timbalan lah.
But I don't think Abang Johari wants to be Timbalan.
Why not though?
That's a topic for another time because it's gonna get political, bro. It's gonna get political.
Okay, but who would you like to be in the cabinet?
In the cabinet,
Actually,
Of
will
course.
there be new ministries?
I
don't think they
so.
should have
Same
new
lah.
ministries. They should remain the ministries and then appoint new ministers.
new
Obviously,
ministers lah.
it's like just maybe cut down a few useless ministries.
Like who?
Like there's
Name
like
dropping. Name dropping. Name dropping.
Ministry of Higher Education and Ministry of Education.
Education, yes,
you see,
that's
this
correct.
both of this should be together.
Yeah, it should be
one.
under one lah.
You know, because when that happened, when they split that apart, it's like, oh, how redundant.
Not the one that you most look forward to.
To seeing in the government.
Yeah, in the cabinet.
We just want to see how Anwar,
PM,
YB PM X, because it's the 10th Roman numeral.
yeah.
Wow.
X.
Oh, so PMX.
PMX.
Sounds so cool, though.
Government PMX.
PMX.
So
Like iPhone X.
Yeah, hopefully he gets this country rejuvenated economically and all those stuff.
Rejuvenated
So starting with that, who should be Minister of Finance? then?
Masabu. Wait, no. Finance.
Why Masabu though?
Finance, you see, okay, based on the stereotype, finance should always be Chinese.
Why? Is it because the stereotype of maths?
No, because Chinese good at business. You see or not? Chinese
But
people
then
good at business.
the finance ministry is not about business, bro. It's about
No,
managing
it's not.
Malaysia.
You should have some
But you should
finance
have-
and economics punya background lah.
Yeah, so a Chinese would be good.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Indochina. Oh, sorry.
Actually, Anwar was Minister of Finance before, right?
Yeah,
and
in
his background is not
1997.
economics.
Yeah.
1997, right? He was.
1997.
Then he
When
was
he was-
sacked.
No,
Timbalan
1997 he was sacked. No, wait. Was it
Yeah
98?
lah, it was
98 he was sacked.
1998 that he
Same
was
year
sacked.
lah.
Like these people has been opposition for long time. So when they become government, they still playing the opposition card. So it's not smart. I think it should be I don't know, I'm not very
Johari.
Johari Ghani.
Johari Ghani.
Why?
Because last time when he was Timbalan Menteri Kewangan, okay lah, and I heard that he's a accountant by training or profession.
Oh.
So he's
good-
qualified lah.
Yeah, he's
is what you're saying.
qualified.
Okay. So hopefully those who are qualified lah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know
honestly,
whether Lim Guan Yin is qualified or not. I'm not too sure.
Oh, and then some of them want Rafizi also. for
Ooh,
Minister of
Rafizi.
Finance.
Rafizi maybe. Yeah, Rafizi could be good.
Okay,
Yeah.
what about Minister of Health?
Minister of Health.
Dr. Zul.
Dr. Zul for sure.
Zul.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
literally it's in his name, doctor. Like, come on.
because he's the actual doctor lah.
Yeah, he's an actual doctor.
Yeah, so
Okay.
better lah.
Yeah.
Ministry of Education?
Ministry of
not
Education.
Masli
lah.
Malik.
Sadly.
So I
Sorry, guys. Whoever supports Masli Malik, I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Huh? No,
Why?
because certain like actual teachers out there, some of them actually support his policies.
Yeah. Actually, I do too.
Yeah, I think why not him? I mean,
Yeah, 'cause he didn't win.
He didn't win lah.
He
But
didn't
like,
win.
if he become the Ministry of Education, I think he'll bring a lot of changes.
Like the last time.
the structure and everything lah. But people just don't agree with how he does it.
I mean, okay lah. He has good policies, but the thing that he says out into the media are not those good policies. You know, he's spouting off nonsense. So maybe he's not good at his PR game lah.
Okay, what
Maybe
about
that's about it.
Ministry of Perpaduan?
Mat Sabu,
Mat Sabu,
hands
right?
down.
Mansabo.
Hands down, Mat
Actually,
Sabu.
what do? Okay, sorry.
What
lah.
is Mat Sabu good for?
No, forgive my
good for everything.
I don't know ignorance, but what does the Ministry of Unity do?
So basically,
Menteri
So
Perpaduan.
it brings people together.
Oh, really?
basically
Yeah.
to
But
perpaduan
Unity.
kaum.
How?
Yeah, in what sense? I don't know.
I think it. So basically, I think Ministry of Perpaduan is like to resolve all these
Racial conflict.
racial and social issues that's around the people lah. You know, the masyarakat got so many issues like this one. But then again, when it come to them, they will divert it to a proper channel lah. Like
Yeah,
kemudian
KDN.
ke wanita.
Kementerian Dalam Negeri.
Then like send here and there. So I think they just there to analyze.
Okay,
the
let's
situation.
but
I
this,
think lah.
this ministry has always been held by predominantly by the Indian race. It is quite racist when we bring up race, but so when you put it like that, it's like, do you want to put Mat Sabu there?
You recommend them.
Okay, look at it.
But
like
Mat Sabu is because, when people hear him speak, people are like, yeah, Mat
Listen.
Sabu, yeah,
Very passionate.
get it, Mat Sabu,
Yeah,
Don't
but-
even call him YB, still call him Mat Sabu, even after he become minister.
because like you say before, this predominantly by an Indian, right? So if it's for a change right now is the time lah.
Now is the time.
to
Now
do
is the
some
time.
changes and see what
True.
can
True.
can be done.
True.
in the situation. Maybe it will discover more issues that need to be solved,
Yeah.
or you can resolve much more issues that hasn't been resolved before this, because before this memang tak selesai pun all this anything, which I don't know what it is. So
Okay, no, the key here is youth and sports.
Yeah, I was
youth and
about to
sport.
say that.
Youth and sport
I don't know lah. I would place my bet on Syed Saddiq again lah.
It's probably going to be him because
It's a given,
or
almost a given, but that could-
Prabhakaran.
Huh?
Prabhakaran.
Oh yeah, he's
Prabhakaran.
younger.
He's also
right?
the younger. He's the youngest.
I think they
Actually-
would give the chance to Prabhakaran lah.
Actually, Syed Saddiq always talk about education, So he
Yeah.
could be minister of education also.
Maybe we get. Yeah.
His parents were teachers and he was a lecturer,
Could be
part-time
also lah.
lecturer.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe Syed Saddiq would be better for
I mean,
education.
he would be the closest to try to reform the current generation punya education system
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it was
He's
just what
He's
10 years ago.
better
He's
lah.
from
This
the
generation.
Muda party, so he would know better.
Yeah.
He would know better.
Okay lah, one more. Minister of Transport.
Minister of
People always
Transport.
say
Anthony
Anthony Loke
Loke.
because Anthony Loke has been doing so goddamn well.
Why?
Dude. When once Anthony Loke stepped into the ministry, right? This is hearsay, okay? So I cannot confirm this.
You cannot confirm
I don't want to confirm this
Okay,
because and then
It's
people
like
say
he say lah.
who?
Or says Jeremy Singh from Teen Tech we talk about.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a few people I've talked to. When they say, when Anthony Loke went into the ministry, he put changes into place, and then he is very strict about it. So immediately, all this, inside the ministry, punya all these rasuah cases, all immediately cut. There's no more like
No it's open
you want
tender lah
license,
after
you
that.
want license, you make sure you pass the license.
Yeah.
Okay, you cannot pay extra and get the license terbang and all that no more.
And
no
then
such thing.
contract also open tender.
Everything. Like Anthony Loke is shutting shit down.
So it's being like very straight.
Yeah, he's strict.
We hope he keeps that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Keeps
he
up
will.
with that.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
the
see like
future of
you,
our DAP.
you like
Wait, did I say our? No.
whoa.
What about one more? Sorry, I said last just now, but this one confirmed last. What about Ministry MCMC, Communications and Multimedia? This is our industry.
Do we still want to put Gobind Singh? Do we still want to?
Okay, what?
Maybe someone else. Yeah.
You should give the chance to someone else.
I would like
Someone
to
new
see.
lah.
I would like to see someone who can take also the creative. Is the creative arts under MCMC?
I think so.
Right.
Yeah,
Media,
because
right.
media,
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of thing, technological thing, and like social media, all trending stuff should be helmed by somebody who's like very chilly with this
And also very good with their PR.
PR,
Fahmi Fazil.
trending, all these things.
Fahmi Fazil.
Ooh,
Because his background is
Ooh.
theatre arts, ma.
That will be interesting. That will be interesting.
Interesting.
And he is he Pakatan's comms person? Something like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Something like that.
So
yeah,
he could be MCMC
He could be. Yeah.
or Timbalan lah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that'll be
That's
interesting.
interesting.
Nice.
Because he's known for like being very calm.
Yeah. Good qualities.
And he
Very-
speaks very.
very
I really like
composed
listening
lah.
to him speak.
Of
Okay,
course, yeah.
so that's our predictions or just ramblings about
basically,
the potential.
whatever
We will know tomorrow.
whatever that we
Alright.
said just now, basically just we
It's all our
Prediction
own.
only.
talk only.
Yeah, it's all
we
our
talk
own
only.
one. Okay, it's our own ideas. Okay, it's not other people, no agenda or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so our friend Jeremy here. You spent quite a few days in the scene
Oh,
after
yes.
the elections.
Not
So
really,
how-
not really in the scene.
More.
Outside of the scene.
But he was
Outside.
inside,
Outside.
you know?
Outside
How,
the scene.
how was
So
it?
technically, See,
You got yourself a tan, huh?
Yeah, I got myself
Oh
a tan.
yeah, no wonder he looks, like he went to the beach.
I definitely did not went to the beach.
He look like he's some beach boy now.
See, the
Like-
problem is immediately after the polling day, bro has already worked for 24 hours.
Oh, yo.
Bro worked 24 hours. Bro is like, okay lah, the next day we should chill lah. Immediately people call up, guys, we need to do a stakeout lah. It was like, where's some more? Oh, Gideon's house.
Oh, where's his house?
People should know by now. Wow.
Wow. Did you just reveal the location?
I
I just
meant the
reviewed the
area.
jalan only.
But it's pretty obvious you can find it anyway.
Yeah,
like,
you can find it.
Yeah,
you know.
because all the media always cover, right? Oh, siapa baru sampai,
No,
which
and
car
then
baru
all-
sampai.
Every single time, right, whenever there's this kind of thing, you will see us camping out there, and then there will be a bunch of people, rich people, walking with their dogs and blah blah blah, all in
Yeah,
and out,
yeah.
and then they were like, taking videos using the phone, and then it's like, oh look, media camping. And I was
Media
like,
camping.
do we look like some zoo animal to you?
They will actually take
Yeah,
stories.
They,
Oh my
they take
goodness.
video from the side in the car and then going in and out.
I mean, they're just like, oh, I've never seen this before.
Once
I've
there are
never
5
seen
seconds of
something.
fame, in case they're caught on camera.
No. We didn't shoot them, but they were shooting us. So
Oh.
it's like,
They probably like, who's that Pokemon?
who's that Pokemon?
You guys should have bring like barbecue set and just barbecue
So after
everything.
that-
should, because literally,
Literally,
we
got
brought,
nothing to
we
do,
brought
what?
picnic chairs and everything. Most of the media will bring picnic chairs.
Wait, let me
that's
guess.
what a
Let me
stakeout
guess. It's a Decathlon picnic chair.
It's either Decathlon or it's one of those. I don't know what is it called.
And just go with the
those,
Decathlon.
Decathlon.
Decathlon is the most comfortable one.
Okay. So it's more like so it's been a week of non-stop stakeouts and non-stop people. People like outside the media will come and ask, "Hey, so who PM?"
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'm Dagong, and I will tell you now,
Me included.
You should
me included.
say like,
I'm Dagong. Okay, I know what's up." The prime minister is gonna be that guy from that party, which I don't know the name of. Yeah, that one.
Then
And then people always ask it was like, just chill, okay? Because Agong says it's gonna be 2 p.m. tomorrow.
yeah, longest takeout
The
ever.
longest tomorrow ever. And then and then you see a lot of these things going on, this inner plays, the politics. That's when they start playing the game. When they play the game, you be like, are you
Who's
sure you
going?
want to work with them? Ooh, where's your principal?
can you elaborate what is the game?
The game.
Yeah.
The game is like, like now you're at the point where you can't form a government. So everybody needs everybody's support. So obviously the kingmaker here for Perikatan and Pakatan, sorry, I forgot the name, was Barisan National.
Ironically.
Ironically. So actually Pakatan don't even need, I don't know why people say, oh, of course you still need BN. No, you don't. You need a comfortable 112. You just need GPS,
The
GRS,
Borneos.
and everyone else from
The
the
Borneo
that
lah.
line, those Bebas and whatever party, Warisan, So once you get them, Pakatan would have had an extra 30 and that would be enough.
Yeah.
But GPS at that time was not feeling a DAP because Lim Guan Eng has spouted some nonsense that should not have been spouted, for ceramah purposes. See, this is why politicians, when they go out ceramah, they should like tone down on that
Yalah.
pointless
Attacking.
attacking.
No, it's
Yeah.
like
Pointless attacking.
It's like I think they got too emotionally.
No, I mean
getting
like
too emotional. Like
if you attack with
hype,
facts,
boom.
with facts, still okay, 1MDB, clear facts, that's shit you can attack upon.
yeah,
Then you attack on stuff like, but if GPS become the government, the government, the country economically won't go anywhere or something like that. It's like,
no, it's like what you said. Like if GPS to govern the state of Sarawak, they'll go bankrupt within 3 years. That's what he said. I remember.
Oh, terasa.
Terasa.
So obviously Lim Guan Eng is
So
spouting some nonsense,
literally
right?
saying like we the Sorokin are not capable of managing our own financial
No.
What the?
No. Lim Guan Eng did not say Sarawak kid.
He said
Yeah,
Lim Guan Eng
GPS.
said GPS, the
Yeah,
party
yeah.
in
So,
particular.
but
what
GPS
he's meaning saying is Johari.
Yeah, but
Abang
GPS consists of,
Jopeng.
okay, tell me GPS is what? Most of them is Bumi
Gabungan
Putra.
Parti
Yes, most of
Sarawak.
them is Malay and Bumi Putra. Right? So when you say like that, you're saying because it's all Sorokin mah. When you say GPS, you pointing up the whole
The
people.
Orang Sarawak.
Orang
So
Sarawak is technically lah.
It's kind of like pukul rata.
Yeah, pukul rata. You cannot
You
say
know?
that. If you want to say such thing, if it's under Johari, Abang Jo,
Yeah, if you
then
say
you will go
yeah.
bankrupt. Okay
If you
lah.
say if Johari Openg kawan Sarawak will be bankrupt in 3 years. Okay.
Yeah, mean that you're
That is a
attacking
personal
that.
attack.
Yeah, they're attacking
I know
one
it, that's
person
still
lah.
fucked up.
Okay,
Because
the-
It's baseless.
I
It's
think the
baseless.
problem with our politicians, I remember seeing somewhere, not I wouldn't say all, but maybe half of the ammo, right, is always attacking the opposition's faults.
Yeah.
It's never. It's
Obviously you
almost,
have to attack their faults lah, but
yeah,
then
but at the same time, your what you can do must speak louder, ma. You know,
Yeah.
if like I only trust you, oh okay, means your manifesto is always choose the lesser evil. You know what I mean?
yeah.
If like let's say okay, 40% of your communication or your agenda lah is always attacking the fault of your opposition, then means 60% is the only reason why I should vote for you because of what good you can bring to me. But if that's your constant agenda,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Then what if all the parties are also all got fault? Then it's just every election we're
Yeah.
just picking the lesser evil. Like,
okay, so it's exactly because of that, like every party has their own faults, which is why we have a hung parliament for
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not.
for the first time, right?
Yeah. No, I don't think it's for the first time. I think previously also it happened, but
In
like
Malaysia. No,
yeah, but
they
then
keep saying it's the first
immediately
time.
it was like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like when it comes to like your agenda for party, right, you cannot avoid from finding fault lah. It's because it's like stab you in the back, pull you down, I go up. Basically, politics is technically like that.
Yeah, but the way they do it, you
Yeah.
know, it's like on the stage, you know, and then like screaming out blatantly racist shit.
Yeah, I mean,
half the time it's like
That's why now
Because-
now the joke's on them lah. Because now what happened? They
Yeah.
have to
turn around
apologize.
and apologize.
yeah. So the funny thing is that how can all this pollution? You don't know, man. When you go do your ceramah, all there's like media here, media there.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
You simply
No, but,
No, it's
but
it's immediately it's because of that. That's why they are spouting this. So to attract their already, you know, supporters, to make sure they still are with them. They have this same train of thought or whatever you call
yeah.
it. You know?
that's the thing with Malaysians. We are very passionate when
Yeah.
it comes to hating something.
Yeah.
You know,
So
or
if we want to
disliking
hate
it.
something, we hate it together.
Yeah. But then,
But then it's like-
after a while, it's not gonna help.
No,
you know, year
and
by
also
year.
it's not healthy. You
Yeah.
know,
I mean,
because
like-
our country is not supposed to be like that.
Yeah,
It should
yeah.
be-
We need
it
to
should be
progress,
very-
move forward.
it should be very subjective lah. In a way, like rather than when a politician go to trauma, rather than spouting nonsense like racist shit, right? Should say factual and then what we can counter in that in the issues, current issues. What we have right now, these issues, what we can do to solve this issue by doing this. So if you want us to help solve this issue, you know, vote for us or something like that. It should be like that lah. Rather than do racist motherfucker.
But for their benefit, maybe they do.
Fuck you.
Maybe the attacking part is only a very small percentage. But obviously the media picks that up, and that one will travel fast.
Yeah,
lah.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
kind of
Yeah, but
stuff
it's like
will go viral.
it's like spreading hatred, you know.
Yeah,
it
and
is.
hate
It is.
spreads
It is.
faster.
It is spreading hatred.
Like why you gotta spread hatred to your? It's supposed to be a very healthy competition or very healthy election.
Yeah.
But instead that we see as time goes by, right? Every single year it never fails. It's always very like pull you in like kimak dia ni benci dia dia benci ramai-ramai. What the?
Ini keris akan berlumur dengan darah Cina. It's like, bro,
It's
just chill out with the race shit, bro.
I think it's just that
Just chill out.
ever since independent, right, we actually never see a unity of races. So we never actually see it.
I think, okay, unity is among the people of B40 and below.
Yeah.
You know, we are, okay, maybe not even B40. The whole of Malaysia, they are not politicians. We're all very united, you know. From time to time.
On certain things.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of things.
On certain things.
A lot of things we are united. But then whenever, one of us starts to get really into politics.
Yeah.
And then we go, like, straight up. Like extremist
Basically, once
politics.
you get brainwashed lah.
Yeah,
Once you get brainwashed.
Once you start listening to all that shit, it makes you like actually believe what these people are saying. But in fact, you already know. My friend here, Achong or Amutu and all that, we're all the same. We're all the same.
Yeah.
That's why you can see people in Sarawak and Sabah. How people in Sarawak and Sabah are so united.
Harmony. Okay, one thing.
Okay, the term united may be a bit
maybe harmonious lah.
Harmonious lah.
You can
United
live
is a bit
together
too-
in peace.
Yeah.
United is more like
United is like
Indonesia.
like that.
No, I do agree that with Jeremy that Malaysians have demonstrated that we can be
Yeah.
united in certain times. I think what really stands out when our semangat perpaduan or whatever comes out when we are facing tragedy.
Yes.
I cannot pronounce today.
Word of the day.
Word of the day.
Okay, so like last time during the banjir and then during the MCO lockdown,
Yes, exactly.
kita jaga kita, that's the time when in desperate times, I think people won't really care about race.
People don't even see it.
But then
Feels
now,
like, you need food, we're gonna give you
Correct.
food. You need money, you need whatever, we're gonna help you.
So basically,
Your landlord is Chinese, but your tenant is Malay or Indian. It's like, bro, don't even pay this money. It's like, it's cool.
But when it comes to election times, when it's not the best time, people are still struggling now, but we're not like in desperate times yet. When it comes to this kind of moments when we're semi-comfortable, semi-struggling like that, right? Or still can get by, right? Then all these racial cards come out, and then suddenly we forget that we used to help each other. We used to not care about race, stuff like that.
I think-
so Malaysia is tricky lah. It's a tricky country.
I think like the perpaduan thing came in when it's more like a humane thing happened,
And
like
it's
something like
a national thing that's happening.
no, it's like sympathy toward human life itself.
Yeah.
Rather than I sympathize with you because you're Chinese, because you're Malay, because you're Indian. No, it doesn't
And
work like
that's
that.
how
Yeah.
it should be lah. Sympathize
but-
with each other because we're all humans.
Yeah, but then the day is like when you get comfortable, then I forgot already lah.
Yeah.
When there's nothing to be sympathized about, there's always like
Correct.
So when people say, I think Tun once said this, Melayu mudah lupa kan.
Yeah.
I think it's wrong.
Malaysian.
Orang Malaysia mudah lupa.
Yeah.
correct.
And then
It's like-
suddenly all the comments like, oh, you cannot find a job because you malas. Orang macam you malas.
You Malay, so you malas. Okay, you Cina, so you kape. Okay, you India, you kape also. But you kaki mabuk. Something like that. It's like, bro.
Basically,
so
like,
stupid ass stereotypes. Get your head out again.
Yeah, the stereotype. The only way to break the stereotype is quite impossible because it's always been educated from parents.
From a young age lah.
Like,
So,
no, they like that.
I wouldn't say
it's like what?
it's impossible. More like
Yeah, it's not impossible.
from now on, like our younger generations should really stop that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can trickle back and influence your parents.
Yeah.
Sometimes like
It could.
at our age, we're now 30s already, right?
Yeah.
When our parents start to we
Say
grew
some
up,
shit that is
Yeah.
borderline racist.
We
You
grew
know, it's
up
like,
listening
"Aiyo,
to
those
them."
people,
We grew up
Maybe
listening
our
to them.
generation can actually try and change that.
Yeah.
Like
Our generation right now, we
I will tell my eldest one, I was like, cannot say that, such things.
Yeah.
Don't say that. I mean,
Oh,
don't scold them, but say it properly.
I have one of my elders, which cannot be named, is very, 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 very tricky when it comes to certain racial things. So when he spouts that kind of shit, and then as me, I'm not really in or out of that family, so I'm like,
His face is like an emoji now.
I mean, it's like some
You
people.
are dead ass uncomfortable when you hear that shit, but it's like, yeah, yeah, they're like that.
I mean, like you cannot really change everybody when they are already like that. It's like it's very hard to put that thought in the
I
in
think
the brain.
you can slowly like
Yeah.
tell them what is okay to say and what is not, but then whether they will change or not is purely up.
Okay, I believe it's like this. When a person hit at a certain situation, that only then that when they experience it, only then they will have that thought and change that thought. If that thing does not happen to them, let's say Chinese person, then you got into trouble and nobody help you. Then come this Malay fella help you, or this Indian fella come help you. Then only the train of thought before this you were so fucking racist, like fuck this, race, but then your own race did not come and help you. But then the other race come and help. Then only that moment of time you're like, okay, I've been wrong all this while. That kind of situation usually like will help in a way.
Yes.
Yeah, but when
Of
you
course.
go straight on and like paste it to their face, that's not the
Yeah.
work, bro.
You have to slowly like kind of
Yeah, that doesn't
brainwash
work.
them.
Of course,
also.
it's more like a life lesson, life experience.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
You need to experience people outside of your own,
Yeah.
you know, comfort zone. That's why
Tony Stark once said, oh, Tony Stark.
Tony Stark.
Yeah, Tony Stark once
go
said
ahead.
Rest
that
in peace.
when a person goes into a desperate situation, that's where they
Reveal that true nature.
do the true nature.
So meaning Malaysians actually are truly compassionate lah.
Oh,
Because when we
definitely.
are desperate times,
Okay,
you know.
Malaysian basically very much
Generous.
no, not just like your human empathy is very strong.
Yeah.
We have a very strong human empathy, but racially, it's very difficult to say lah.
Depends. It
Depends
depends.
lah.
I
Like I
think-
said, it's
yeah.
difficult to say lah
No,
because
it's
sometimes
more-
you like a situation like flood and everything, right? It happened to a person, then you feel sympathized not because of the race, but sympathized because of their condition. Okay, so in that sense, like if the situation is not like that, then you look at it, oh this fella or that fella, it can't be like that, right? But you're now sympathizing on a human condition rather than the race itself. So can you say that as unity, as you know?
If we slowly move forward to not just be sympathize or have empathy
Only
in
do.
desperate situations,
Yeah.
even day to day,
Yeah.
certain comments we start to hold back, certain don't stop saying, kaki mabuk lah, malas lah, all these things.
Cina makan babi.
Huh?
Cina makan
Oh
babi.
yeah, all this.
So what?
Yeah,
But
it
it's
is
true.
fact. Yeah, it's fact.
But it's true.
How is that a insult?
First of all, whenever a Chinese gets mad at that, they don't understand. Okay, they should start reading into it. Is it Cina babi? Wait, Cina babi or Cina suka makan babi? Because
Yeah.
it's true. I love it. I do love it. So it's nothing
like
wrong.
when I heard that,
like, hey, good on me.
that word, right? It's like Cina makan babi. Yeah, like technically that's true. So
I think it
Betul lah.
it became an insult because whoever started this must have said to a Chinese person that was offended.
And at the same time, don't really understand Malay. So it's like Cina makan babi. Kau cakap apa?
yeah.
Kau cakap apa?
So when they say that as an
Aku
insult,
tak makan. Wait, jap.
they just
Wait,
want to
jap,
see.
jap. Aku makan.
They just want to see our reaction.
yeah,
So if you just react,
this
okay, yeah.
racial putting out this racial stuff, sentence or words or points of like just because you hate that fucking race and you say something like that.
Why you gotta say fucking race, man?
Yeah,
Don't say
so
race.
suddenly so
fucking race lah.
angry.
No.
No, like that's what I meant. Like just because you hate
Are you
that
talking
fucking
about
race,
me?
that
Are you talking about
that doesn't mean that you need to say things about them. Like it's like I think I've read this somewhere before. It's like each one of us is actually racist, but it's a matter of whether how strong or how low is your racism is.
Or how you act on it. I
Yes,
guess.
how you act on it. Like because if you say like I'm not racist, you're not racist, technically wrong because you are actually racist lah, because we are different race. Of course we're racist.
Yeah.
But just your racism level is like whether it's very high until you hate another race, or it's very low that you can tolerate and you can
whether
actually think
it reach
properly.
extremes or not.
Yeah.
Whether you are extremely racist or not.
Correct.
Because once you're extremely racist, you become an extremist.
Because
Like
you-
for example, if you are a girl sitting alone in a car, and then when a certain person walks past, a certain a man who belongs to a certain race walks
You're
past,
talking
and then you
about
lock
Indians,
your door.
You're talking about the Indians, right?
Huh?
You're talking about the Indians, right?
Whether Indian, Malay,
Yeah, because that's
You're
the
talking
type of
like,
it.
no.
Okay,
a
we
person
can-
of a darker shade.
Yeah,
No,
you
we
would,
can
right?
actually just say it out loud, because it's true. That is the stereotype
yeah,
that we
that is
hear
a stereotype.
nowadays.
Yeah, so if you still do that, means you are a part of you is racist.
I wouldn't say racist, more like you play into the stereotype that those type of people, but then you're alone in the car. So technically, every single one of these people should, not these people, like men, like walking alone in the dark, not only Indians, Malay, and Indians and Malay. Chinese people should scare you too, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, botak chin. Okay, botak chin.
Shit.
Yeah,
That is so hard to say.
when Jeremy walks past, maybe he scares some people.
Oh, I have scared a lot of
With
people.
your hair like that.
No. People look at me. Ini ada apa? Nanti pukul berapa dia sampai?
I mean,
This
like-
Chinese auntie was talking to me. 等一下他到。华人啊。
There's also some people like when like for people like me lah, like a mixed blood, right? When people talk to you in Chinese, you don't understand, right? Some actually take it to offend.
Yeah.
They're like, why you get offended? I feel like macam proud. Oh wow. Like talking Chinese to me, although I don't understand, I cannot answer. 我不会讲华语。
我不会讲华语。
But then for me, it's like, hey, like,
That means I'm almost there.
I'm almost there.
My complexion is almost there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like,
I'm of the fairer skin tone.
I'm multiracial now. I'm multiracial now.
You technically
I'm
are.
technically multiracial.
Actually,
anyway.
I get that also lately because when I was young, until maybe school days lah.
People always speak to you in Malay.
Correct. With my mom, when I go shopping with my mom, right, we walk to any shop, the sales girl will speak to us in Malay one. And sometimes it will be turned off, we're like, don't want to layan already, then we just walk out. Then recently, I start to notice when I order food or whatever, the aunties automatically speak to me in Chinese. Then I'm like, but I'm not fairer now. Why? Do I look fairer now? I'm not, right?
It's the mindset, because the auntie has met a lot of
Over the
Chinese
years, right?
that are of my complexion. And then they went like, oh shit, this boy is Chinese lah. Go and wear and speak. No, you know what? Then they start doing it. So yeah, a lot of people come up to me when this depends on the mood lah. Whatever I feel like playing a game or trick on them, is like they start speaking to me in Malay. It's like, 对. That's when I like, 你是华人. That's when I want to play a trick on them. But then if like, I'm in a, not more cincai mood, they speak to me in Malay, and I was like, yeah, itu macam lah. Itu kadang-kadang saya pun merasa itu macam, ada, betul.
So is this like stereotype thing? Is this something that you want Malaysia to want to see change in Malaysia in the next 5 years?
Obviously, this
Obviously,
needs
yeah.
to be changed lah.
Yeah.
Not
But do
only-
you think 5 years is
I don't
enough?
think 5 years. I think we've been talking about this. We have talked about this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think slowly we are going in the right direction.
I guess for me, it's like hoping for a new government, whoever is going to be, whatever ministers, right? Rather than you focus on the things that you're not supposed to be focused on,
Yeah.
financial or whatever, right? Like focus on social issues first, or these racial issues. Like, what are the roots of the problem? The roots of the problem is always like the stereotype. Like, how can you break the barriers of stereotype that this race is certain perangai, this race is certain perangai, but can you break the stereotype? Like, for example, like Chinese is good with math. Like, can you break the stereotype like that? Not all Chinese is good with math.
I have broken that stereotype.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, that's for you. On the ground surface level, yes, we see amongst our friends that it's like this. Like when you mix around with different ways, then you only know and understand the certain different ways.
That's why.
But when you only mix around with your own ways and you don't mix around with other races, that's where you start to get racist. That's where you start like the implement is automatically in your head one. And for the new government, like they should try and like be more like multiracial when it comes to certain agendas or certain things. It should not be like, oh, you took Melayu je. Like, again, Malaysia, we have so many races in Malaysia. So how do you, even if US only got like the major race is like the white and the black, and they have this main issue. We have lagi banyak, want to sort this one out, and then like focus on that attention lah. Because when you have a very harmonious country, masyarakat where people like less racist and communicate like a human being instead of communicating among like I'm Malay, you Chinese, you Indian. I think it will be better lah.
I think so far we are going the right direction, but then of course there will always be cases when people highlight certain cases in the media or whatever, and then it shows like, oh, certain race is like this, certain race is like that towards a different race. So that's why it doesn't paint a nice picture. But then we can't suppress these kind of things because it gets the views. So that's why I think we as a human race just chill the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Chill.
Just one thing that you need to get off your head lah. Like just because it's one bad apple, it does not represent the whole tree. That's it. Like just because this person of certain race behaves like this, it does not represent the whole freaking race.
Don't pukul rata.
Don't pukul rata everybody lah. It's like basically like this person was raised like this because of the upbringing, and the other one was raised like this, different upbringing or different behavior lah. It's not doesn't mean like the root is the same.
People need to understand one another. People just need that.
Yeah.
Okay, before I move on to the maybe last one or two questions, let's introduce the secret word.
Secret word.
Okay, it's a little game that I thought we introduce out. Okay, maybe not a game lah.
Okay.
Since we don't know how often our listeners listen to our episodes,
listen to the whole thing,
and how much they actually listen to the whole episode. So if you've listened this far, every episode we thought of inserting a secret word. And if you hear this word, please comment down below in the comments, right?
Okay.
Just write this word. Okay, so what should our first secret word be for today?
What did you mess up just now? What's the word that you messed up just now?
Tragedy.
Tragedy.
Tragedy. It's because of my phrases I cannot pronounce.
Tragedy. Okay. So what do they need to do? Do they need to spell tragedy?
No. I think
TRADE.
what she meant is that we pick one secret word, right? So throughout the whole episode, the whole one episode, right? Like maybe we mention once, after that, after a while, we mention again. Like let's say we have 3 secret words lah, huh?
Oh, no. Just one only.
Just one only.
So like now, like at
Oh,
this
so
at
we
this
know.
minute.
So no.
We're gonna tell them the word now.
Yeah.
And then what they need to do is they comment it.
Comment. Just the word. Like for example, okay, give let's think about a word first.
Tragedy.
Tragedy.
Strategy.
Okay, so if you listen to
TRADEGY.
listen this far, please comment just this one word. Tragedy.
Tragedy.
Okay.
Eugene, I'm looking at you. You have better get this right, bro.
Yeah. We're giving away prize.
Okay, so we test this out like every episode.
I see my brother also, Taufik.
Maybe the next episode we introduce this earlier, See lah which minute, how far, then we can gauge lah how long we want to do our podcast, right?
Next time we give it the last minute one, then we betul-betul that one is when we want to give out prizes. Prizes to our listener.
Sekali every episode. We don't
should.
just Eugene in every episode, Please, thank you.
Okay, so basically,
but Eugene, please comment.
winner can only win one prize of one category lah. Like for
Okay.
example, what like this episode is Mark, so you can win 1 mark.
Oh.
So next episode is Mark, so you cannot win the mark because you already win the mark.
So does this mean next year we're gonna have more merchandise?
Yeah, we do. We're having more merchandise next year, so we're probably gonna give out for the secret word game lah.
Yeah.
If you can get the secret word, so we're gonna before the episode start, we're gonna say, we have secret word for today. So listen up. So if you find the secret word,
Strategy.
in the middle we say the what's the secret word. If they listen to it, then they just comment, and we see the first one to comment will get the prize anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay. So let's just end with what's your wish list for the new government? Okay, apart from social issues, we already talked about.
Wish list for the new government.
For the next 5 years, we just imagine 5 years.
What do you mean when you say wish list?
Okay, we already talked about our predictions for cabinet, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
maybe 2 or 3 more aspects that you feel this government can change or improve or impact, like in health lah, education lah, sports lah,
There's one area I think
creative lah.
should be what my hope is lah. So currently, after the pandemic, right, a lot of people start losing job, right? So before this also, we know that it's very difficult to find job in Malaysia itself. Like you have so many graduates, and so many people who already graduate for a long time, and then the job is like companies always look for younger people to work, but then when people already past certain age, right, they still need to work,
Yeah.
and companies does not want to hire. Maybe try to resolve the issues of like people who's slightly older but lose their job, or like moving on to another job, give it more opportunities in that area lah. Because I understand the situation. Imagine if you're like 40, you work in this company until you're 40, then suddenly you decide to resign, or you want to move to another company and you apply to another job, can't find another job because people don't want to hire you because you're 40 years old.
Yeah.
So maybe try to resolve this kind of situation, like break that issues of like, oh, only younger generation can work hard. But then again, sometimes you need an older mindset to understand, to analyze situation lah. Not necessarily they should be in a higher position, not necessarily in a lower position, but in a suitable manner lah, that kind of thing lah. Because you get new people, new graduates working, and you also struggle with the issues of they cannot do. They
Need to train them all over again.
Then when you get as they get certain age, then you feel like time to graduate and get a new batch. Then what happened to the rest of these people lah? You know, like for people who work in the government, yes, you have pension, but those working in the private sector, adalah you pension sendiri, but then again if you decide not to pension until you're 60, then how? Takkan not everybody have the opportunity to do business anyway. Not everybody have money to do business, and if everybody does business, who's buying? You know, like, so there has to be a certain balance lah. I think job opportunities in general for graduates and also people who lost their job, or people who no longer in an age where they can perform as better as the graduates, something like that.
So
That's what
this is
I
a
think.
problem for the Ministry of Finance.
I guess it's an overall problem, not just
Or
finance.
is what is it called? MITEC? What is it called? International trading? I don't know.
No. So
No. Human resources.
Human
resources.
resource.
Oh, HR. Yeah.
Yeah, so
There
human
is-
resource and also finance because right, if the government were to open more job opportunities, means the finance minister or finance department need to actually fork out.
Yeah. Need
More
to
money.
inject more money.
Yeah,
into
because
the
to hire
public.
one person is like cost about like what 8,000 per month, right? Just the cost to hire for one person 8,000 per month. They say the basic salary is like what 5,000, NPF, insurance, everything 8,000 per month. So if the government were to hire 100 people, how much will it cost? So that doesn't mean that the government need to open for working in the government lah. Maybe private sector, collaborate. I don't know.
What they can do is like, of course, there's more job opportunities in the private sector lah. If you look at the ratio,
Yeah.
right? So the government can help to maybe give incentives to some employers. Okay, certain percentage of your workforce should be this age, certain percentage this age. You know.
Yeah.
Then if they meet that, then maybe give certain incentives
Correct.
to train their young ones as well as their older ones to adapt to the new age,
Changing of
Yeah,
time.
all this developing.
changing of system.
Because
So it
lot
is
of-
a quota thing lah.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. What do you think? Will that be?
I mean,
Will that be
Age-
abused?
Age quota thing.
No, because the problem is a lot of companies are actually they're changing their systems. I'm talking about maybe bigger corporates, right? Changing their systems to be more digitalized, right?
Yep.
But you must always admit that there is a handful of older workforce that just cannot adapt.
Yeah.
Sometimes they want to, but they just cannot.
Yeah.
Then they will like work them or
Burn
just
out.
burn out, or either give them super useless jobs until they suddenly feel useless and like, you know what,
Yeah.
I just resign.
Yep.
lah. And then suddenly they're jobless, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like it's more like we adapt, we learn, and we skill lah. Like
Maybe this
you-
is something.
like when you in that situation. Imagine yourself like 45 years old, right? And then the company decide to go all digital or change. When in our time when we're 45 years, I'm pretty sure everything is much more advanced. And if we don't start catching up from now, gone lah. We'll be like the generation right now at 45, like all these changes, oh tak boleh adapt. Then decide, oh cannot, I cannot. I have to do other things already. So maybe training, or maybe like you said, the quota thing is actually a good idea. But it has to be extensive data and research first before the idea is put into process lah. The thought process of it. A lot of things need to be done lah. And another thing is gig worker. Like gig worker nowadays, you see a lot of generation, like newer generation, they don't decide to work for a company. They rather do gig.
Freelance
Because yeah,
basis.
freelance basically, because freelance pays more than working in the company. Let's say you do one job, pays you 5,000, but when for one job which takes you like 2 weeks, maybe 1 week to do it, when you work in the company, pays you 5,000, you have to do 5 things or 10 things, the same thing. So
You get paid in a month.
yeah, you get paid in a month. So this generation right now thinks like it's more worth it this way. So how can the government or also the private sector make this much more competitive in a way like, oh, actually also not bad in a way lah, basically lah. It sounds impossible, but I think with certain research and configuration and
Data,
everything,
whatnot,
whatnot, they can find the middle ground lah. Not everybody agrees with it, but then the middle ground lah.
What about you, Jeremy? What do you want to see?
I'm so sorry. I'm so caught up in what he just said. I have no idea. I cannot think of none. Circle back to me. You go. Circle back. Circle back.
For me, it's always education lah. Like I think recently we had a conversation. Oh, I can't remember with who. When they said we thought about how to improve or reduce poverty, right?
Mandy, did you talk to Mandy?
Was it? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But okay, at the
Was
same
it my
time.
wife?
No. I can't remember who. And it doesn't matter anyway. To stop or reduce poverty, right? It always comes down to education. Like what our parents taught us. Education is very important. You can do whatever you want in your life, but I want you to finish until at least college or university, get a diploma or degree first. It's very important because education is what forms your first thought process.
Yeah.
First moral development, intelligence,
Yeah.
intellect, and all these things. It's a foundation. That's why it's called a foundation, right? It's literally the basis of everything you know in your mind. And then when you step into your maybe high school years or college years, right, you start to be exposed to different people with so many different thought process, especially in college, right?
Yeah.
And then we will have a whole new generation of very, very intelligent young people. Like this year, 18-year-olds can vote. Why? Because they are so exposed on social media. Yes, they may be too young. Some people may think it's too young, but they're so exposed on social media. They are educated, you know.
Yeah,
I always think education is important. lah.
I have interviewed some of them, and yeah, a lot of them, I mean, some of them are shy, but most of them, they seem to be very keen on understanding the political climate and yada yada. So they actually make an effort to make an informed decision. They're not like, don't know, mak saya suruh undi ni, saya undi ni lah.
Oh, saya tengok TikTok dia cakap undi ni, saya undi ni.
Yeah.
Ada orang bayar saya RM50, saya undi tu lah.
Okay
No,
lah,
more like
voting
that.
for whoever is one
but
aspect,
like-
but to escape poverty lah and
But
one thing.
I mean, at the same time, it shows like at 18 years old, what was I doing? I was not thinking about who to vote for.
Yeah, yeah.
I did not even, want to think of who to vote for. It's like, whatever party it is, I still need to go get my college diploma and then go work.
Because
So I
I
had no
remember,
time to think about
like,
that.
go party when I was 18.
Just now, I remember I mentioned my prediction from Ministry of Education. I hope maybe it could be Syed Saddiq, right?
Yeah.
Because he did mention in an interview I heard, based on research, apparently Malaysia spends more out of our GDP in education compared to Singapore. Like a lot more. But you compare both countries' education system. The Singaporeans, 12-year-old Singaporeans are ahead of 15-year-old Malaysians. They're studying the same thing. So Malaysians are 3 years behind.
That
So
brings
there's
me to
something to
another
think
point
about.
also lah.
That's another point.
So like the education system, right, it should be restructured or in a way change something. The syllabus should be changed in a way lah.
And please remove some unnecessary subjects.
Yeah,
We've talked
one
about
is
this
remove
before.
unnecessary subject.
Moral for form
Okay,
four and
we
form
talked about it during the SPM episode. We talked about this already.
Yeah. It's
So
very
now,
important, very important.
now the new government have the chance to actually do a very good decision, a very good restructuring on education system, because our education system nowadays is not setakat belajar bahasa Melayu, bahasa Inggeris, matematik. You need to start put some technological stuff in there, like data coding, data analytic coding. These are the things of the future. Meaning to say that our younger generation, if they do not know how to do this, you cannot compete with other countries. Other countries like Korea, like Japan, like Singapore. How are you going to compete?
Yeah, and then you have from 5 kids, I think this year the survey, a lot of them say they don't want to further their studies in college.
Nice lah.
Because the
cakap
things-
masa depan.
Because the things I learn in college are things that I can learn on YouTube. They keep saying that, which means in high school they feel that, okay, whatever I learn is like whatever I can throw away. I can just go to YouTube to learn everything now. So what if it keeps going backwards? Then one day 15-year-olds say, okay, I want to stop
It should
school at
have this
15.
kind of thing that where you always see in the US, like you have like, this person from which background, like the army, come to school and tell the school like, okay, working in the army is going to be like this, this. I mean, this kind of thing, I think it kind of works just to set up the ideas of like, if I want to go, let's say I want to be a successful businessman, what do I need? Or I need to learn this and this and this and this. Maybe something like that.
Yeah, but because of our social media and everything, our YouTubes and whatnot, so it becomes so accessible when people that comes in front of young children to say like, you can do this, blah 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 blah. If you work at like me, blah 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 blah. There's like, he's talking from his point of view, but then these children can go online and search for the same information but from many different point of views. So they can even more understand what they want to
Make a more informed decision. Sort of.
informed decision.
I think more of like an exposure, a correct exposure of things, rather than just blatantly go like, how to become a data analysis. Like this. But then you don't really speak to an actual data analyst, or you don't actually know what it's the end of the career, the end of that course. When you do this, what's going to happen to you? That are the form of information that's required. Means like an actual person who experienced it before need to tell. But then that doesn't mean that person, that kid or that younger generation need to accept it. In a way like, okay, this is the point of view that I have, and this is the point of view that I've searched for. So I can whether decide like, should I go for this or that? Something like that lah. Okay. Hey, don't further study after PM.
Please do. Okay, so
You can always do business though, but you have to be really, really rajin.
oh my
lah.
goodness, please don't give bad advice. Okay.
No, I'm just saying because like we said just now, they have their own point of views. You cannot go against them. But what you can do is just tell them like, you want to do that, rajin sikit.
Oh, so next time your kids tell you that in 20 years time, you will accept lah.
No. I will go to their faces and I will say this, cerah masa depan. Cerah masa depan.
Then they're like, Daddy, what you mean?
I mean your future damn bright, bro, like my forehead.
They cakap depan. After that, when they go to all these difficulties, cannot find job, they're like,
I told you.
Cakap masa depan.
You don't all listen.
Then after that,
Cerah masa depan.
then after that, you figure your shit out. Okay, you like 30 years old already. Figure your shit out.
There's a part where I tell you, my mother last time used to tell me, ask me go to school, study properly. I no listen. What I do? I become the media. You see my masa depan cerah.
Hey, cerah what? You jumper, PM and all.
Cerah. Everybody cerah.
Okay, so basically, yeah. So if you have the means and the capability to further studies, by all means, if you don't, like just now
we're sounding like a broken record. We say the stereotype thing all over again. Now we talk about
Study.
education.
because
all over
again, right, all this is because of the new government.
New Malaysia.
Issues.
I
Issues.
have what I
Okay,
want
fine,
from the
yeah,
new
your
government.
wish list.
I want the government to all know how to speak the Malay, the English, the Chinese, and the Tamil. This one, they all four
it should be
language.
compulsory though.
All
The
four
whole
language
government.
to be a minister. You must know four language.
Yeah, I think I think that's a good idea.
Boom.
You should at least know how to speak 2 language. 3 lah.
They all do speak two languages.
Like 3 lah.
No,
Like
no.
English.
Have you seen
Malay.
some of the DAP people the Malay kelongkang.
Yeah, like when you went for English test like TS that's English, right? So they should actually pass something like that for like let's say Mandarin or Tamil.
So they have to take an exam?
No, they have to have that qualification. They need to be able to speak the major language.
Even if not fluently, but at least like minimum like
At least can say something. 我不会讲华语 enough.
At least you know when the person speaking Tamil to you, and then
You know how to
go like,
answer lah.
okay, I think this is what you're trying to say. Am I right? And then it's like, yeah. Oh, you know how to speak Tamil instantly. In the Chinese looking fella, and then it's like suddenly he speak Tamil, and then I hear, and it's like, so this is what you're trying to say. Immediately respect goes higher, and then they feel more familiar to you and familiar.
This one
Yeah.
baru multicultural, right?
Yes.
And like, for example, you are like the minister of this, right? You say in Chinese, right? And your timbalan or your assistant cannot be of the same race. It must be of a different race.
Yes.
And also the other one also must be of different
Yes,
race.
represent.
Then the two. So meaning to say, when they decide a decision, it will be a collective decision of racial issues lah.
So I think is that a clap? Is that an
Clap.
applause?
Oh.
There's an applause. Oh, wow, she finally used it.
Oh, she finally
She
used
finally
it.
I
used
keep
it.
forgetting.
I was like we have a system to do that, but no, we need to do it.
No, because the language thing I've noticed, okay, as a Chinese person my Malay not bad so when people talk to
People
me
Malay.
people
Don't
is
say
like
you not
kau
bad,
Cina
you're
ke
very
Melayu
Malay.
then it's like Cina then it's like kau bunyi macam Melayu though. So it's like immediately we as different race we bond so much easier, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
you really get down, you really know the language, we bond way easier. So I think if we just start to
with the
learn the
politician.
fucking language properly,
Yeah.
then Malaysia will be so much
Start
better.
with the politicians lah.
Yeah,
like
politicians.
set example.
His name is Azmi. Yeah,
So-
Azmi.
Sorry, Hamzah.
So your next language.
Hamzah.
So you
Hamzah.
actually 3 tapao already. So you need to learn Tamil lah now.
No, literally, I've been going around because I have a lot of Indian colleagues. So I'm like, okay, so how do I say this? So it's like, oh, you say Nambala party on. It's like, what does that mean? It's like, oh, we all go and party on. Together party on. It's like, okay, so you start learning all those simple words, like the suitors and the
I know one.
So suitor means ass. Mola means tits.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
I mean,
Of course, you learn all that.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
I
I'm
mean,
a dude. So
Okay,
I've
when
been asking dudes.
when you learn new language, you learn the dirty word first.
The easiest one, you
The
learn
No,
is
I
one
learned
word.
the nice one. Na une kadelikire. I think I said it right.
What does it mean?
So what does it mean?
I love you.
Boring. So
I learned the Tamil language or what?
Sapade.
No, Tani.
at least you say Inga Poringe. Huh?
Tani.
Inga porenge.
There's another one recently one of my friends taught me. Udi sapde.
Udi sapli.
Udi sapde. Blow and eat. Blow and eat. She was teaching a child. She was like Udi sapde. Udi sapde. Oh, it's like Udi sapde. Okay. See? You learn. You need to learn the language.
Yeah. So when you
That's
learn
how
the language,
Malaysia progress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why you have to at least know how to say Sikmo kelakar sawak boleh sik or
Boleh.
Ambo tok pehe kecil kelate. That's like, at least the most simplest one. Then they will immediately know like, okay, at least you're making effort. Ambo tok pehe.
Kawe.
Ambo tok pehe kecil kelate.
Kawe dok pehe kecik kelate.
Ambo.
Kawe is Kawe. Kawe is you, right?
Okay, once again, we need the Kelantanese to come in here and help us out.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm right because I'm never wrong.
Yeah, I think you're wrong. Not Ambo.
You think I'm wrong?
Yeah.
I learned it from the Kelantanese.
I think that what Jeremy said, like ministers should at least know how to speak all the ways in
All
language.
four.
Okay.
All legit.
Guess what? You're both correct.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ambo and Kawe also can use.
Sayo, aku, ambo, kawe, ore, saya. So don't fight, boys.
Yeah.
Ambo tepehe kecil latte. Okay, let's go. Simo kelakar sawak boleh sik.
Okay. So that's what our wish for the new government.
Yes.
Like so many things that need to resolve, so many things that they need to do actually. But hopefully when they form the cabinet already, they put the suitable ministers at the right place. So all these ministers, please do your job properly.
Please lah.
No hopping.
Listen to this
langkah,
podcast
this,
and then
that.
go and
Yeah.
get
Send.
Maybe
learn all four languages.
Maybe
please.
one day we get to interview some politician.
Oh, let's hope so. Send to
maybe
all of
one
them.
day.
Send to all of them.
Okay, if you were to interview a politician, who's the first politician you want to
Syed
be?
Saddiq.
Made, come on, bro.
Eh, bro.
Made.
No.
We have to interview Made before.
Ayo.
No. Bro, don't say that. I think we should get Mat Sabu.
No, Made. Actually, I agree, Made. Yes.
Yeah, Made.
His reason is correct. I don't want to say it, but
Mahathir,
he's
yeah?
Yeah, before he
Made.
turns 100.
Even though I haven't managed to vote during that time, but I still
maybe one day we
support him.
could. Maybe one day we could interview Mahathir.
Yeah.
Let's
Inshallah.
start. We start.
Okay, so that's what we have for what we wish for our new government.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've gone through a lot. We are melalut panjang
Yeah, panjang.
because we haven't done this in a long time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
sorry for all the constant hiatus,
I
but
know,
we
so-
we promise to be more consistent.
Also because election year, so
yes.
very busy. Do give us a like and subscribe. I've said this for almost 50 episodes. This is episode 49 already, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Another thing is we're on Pogo FM. So
Yay.
kindly download Pogo
plug
FM.
Pogo FM right at the end.
Yeah.
We should have plugged this in the beginning.
yeah.
It's okay. We plug it at the end so we know who watched until the end.
No, for the 50th episode, we plugged at the beginning.
Yes.
Okay.
We're
So
green,
basically, guys, if you guys were always watching this, all our friends and families and whoever that we don't know, our
Whoever that
fan,
we don't know.
our fan or not.
I don't
So
know you.
we're on Pogo FM. Kindly give us a download. You can actually like. So if you listen to us, we reach a certain numbers. We get certain incentive lah. Maybe you can upgrade.
Point is,
upgrade the looks of this.
you
Yeah.
listen, we get money. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Pogo, it's just a quick one. Pogo FM is an audiobook and podcast platform that
Correct.
just came to Malaysia. So the Malaysian one is still building. So let's build this Malaysian podcasting community on Pogo
correct,
FM.
correct.
Together,
Together.
you and me, we make a happy family.
Wow.
and then we learn all the
Bad
languages to get bad things. Wait, what?
Good things.
Learn all the bad things.
All the
Okay.
good things.
Okay.
That's it. That's it for today's episode. We hope to see you on the next episode, and we hope the next episode will be a good one.
Yeah.
Episode 50, let's go.
Is it 50 or 60?
We
50
we're
next
supposed to hit 60 this year, but kesian.
We blame elections.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean election.
I blame election. I blame work. That's about it.
Okay, that's it for today's episode. My name is Hanif,
My name is Jeremy.
I'm Jessica.
and see you guys in the next episode.
Pew pew.
Remember,
Talk about it. Pew pew pew.
peace out.